We're live.
Live?
Mm-hmm.
Live?
Mm-hmm. We're live.
All right, we're live. We're live.
We're live.
Hello, everyone.
Live action.
This is a weird day to be live, isn't it?
Because it's Thursday.
It's Thursday. You had to think about that, though, didn't you?
I did for a second. I did for a second there, y'all.
He had to think about it. That's okay. My mama told me on Sunday when I went to go collect the garbage. I don't know if I said this or
You
not.
did in the other one.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
That it was Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, I was just going to tell y'all again.
You was going to read. Let me grab my glasses.
My mama thought all day Sunday it was Saturday. So I guess Jason's entitled to think whatever day it is. Huh?
They're on that table beside you.
Oh.
My glasses. Yeah.
Here's his glasses, Gidget.
There we go. All right.
So, do you all know what day it is?
I bet most people know what day it is.
Yeah, it's the day before Friday.
It is.
Most people
Big
are
Friday.
Excited to see the end of the week coming.
Yes, I know that's right. Big
And-
Friday's coming up.
And
Look at there. Bonjour from Montreal, Quebec.
Oh,
See, they
oh.
knew I knew my French.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, man.
So why are we live on a Thursday?
Well, we said we were going to try to do a couple lives
We
a
did.
week.
But you know what?
What?
We lie. We lie about lives most of the time.
We always have one on Sunday evening. Though.
I know,
Yeah.
but we've been saying for weeks that we were going to do more than one.
Maybe
So
just 2 weeks. I think it's just been 2 weeks.
that's still weeks.
Yeah.
Plural.
I saw it went by so fast, but I saw somebody said it been they thought it was Friday all day long.
Oh, really?
Did.
So I guess my mama's excused. Right.
Your mama's excused.
And
That's
so are
right.
you.
That's right. So what is going on, y'all? I hope y'all are having a wonderful Thursday evening. It's cold here in Tennessee. Y'all, it's the coldest day of the year so far here in central Alabama.
I'm going to tell y'all, if y'all notice that my nose is red, it's not sunburnt.
It's freezer burnt.
It's freezer burnt because I did not want to go outside today. And I spent all day outside today.
We were outside all day long.
Farming, it doesn't stop no matter,
It doesn't stop.
rain, sleet, snow, hail, it doesn't matter.
That's right.
It doesn't stop. And that means we can't stop. So life must go on. Now, I did get up and at 'em a little quicker than you did this morning
Mm-hmm.
because you were working on editing the last details of Mrs. Coghill's video.
Mm-hmm. I was up late.
When I first went out,
Yeah.
I did all the chores except for feeding the boys
Mm-hmm.
by myself. And I came back in and I thought, I just never thought how cold it was. But after you got finished and we went back outside,
Mm-hmm.
it was probably, an hour later, I froze. And I guarantee the temperature was warmer the second time than it was the first time.
It probably was. We had a frost on the ground this morning. It didn't get up to 50. I know there's some people out there going, oh my gracious. And we got a lot of you guys that live in way colder. We don't live in a cold climate.
No, so when you're not used to it.
40, I think 47 is what I saw the highest it got today. They said it was going to get to 49, but I don't think it hit 49.
I don't think so either. And I'm just thankful that the sun was shining because that was 47 with the sun shining. Imagine what it had been if it had been a cloudy day.
It'd have been rough.
So tonight is going to be lower than it was last night.
It would have been rough.
27 tonight is what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got everybody has got a blanket. Everybody's got, what you doing?
Well, Gidget keeps wondering.
No, she's over here.
No, but something moved over there. I thought it was Arlo or something.
Arlo's over here. So it's going to be a cold one tonight, but
it's okay.
I think tomorrow during the day it's going to heat up a little bit more than what it did
Got
today.
a question for you.
What?
So we've had cold weather.
Right.
How are you liking the concrete floors?
Oh, goodness.
Have you even noticed them
well,
being
no.
cold?
it would not even occur to me that the floors were concrete.
Yeah.
Because I never go without shoes or socks.
But honestly, I haven't even noticed the concrete floors being that cold.
Well, as soon as I take my socks off and take a shower and get dried off, I either put house shoes on immediately or socks on immediately. And I haven't noticed the first bit. And Mama hadn't said anything about it.
She hasn't really.
No. Mm-mm. So, and it may just be that it doesn't get cold enough here for it to.
It probably doesn't. And in the house, this spray foam insulation has been the ticket. I mean, it's so warm in the house.
You got me curious now. I want to know even if it is cold.
I wake up in the morning and.
Well, no, I put my hand to it before I put my feet to it. I just can't go with my feet on the floor, y'all. I'm just a weirdo like that. I cannot stand my feet to touch the bare floor or the bare ground.
Well, so far, the concrete floors, we haven't even noticed it. No. So it hadn't been. I tell you, their other house, which was up off the ground, so it had a crawl space underneath it. Mm-hmm. To me, those floors were really cold.
And they probably were due to the
air circulation.
Air being up under it, and this being on a slab, it's not getting that circulation.
I haven't noticed it at all, really. Huh. I have not noticed it at all.
Mary Carl hadn't said anything either, so.
Mary, she hadn't said anything either.
No, and she goes, we have to make her put shoes on.
So far, the floors are okay.
Yeah. I'm
not freezing or anything.
I am completely satisfied. And believe it or not, my mama's satisfied.
Yeah.
She has a lot of rugs down. We don't particularly have a lot of rugs down because we're in and out so much that we would be.
We got a rug under, it's a light colored rug under the kitchen table over there. And I literally just, when I walk by it.
You walk around it.
Well, I got my shoes on. I'm like, you hit the brakes just. And I had to walk around.
Arlo looking at you.
Gidget was looking at me too. And you have to walk around it, so it's just, the rugs. I like rugs.
I do too. But we have a dog that, well, I'll just go on and say it. Gidget.
Sees a rug and it's fair game.
Gidget doesn't take good care of rugs.
It's fair game.
She grabs it and she does like that. And we have to get on to her, and she does pretty good for a while, and then she decides she's gonna. So we limit ourselves with our rugs.
Yeah,
but we do like rugs.
We do like rugs, and plus, they were so in and out. And
so
nasty.
Yeah, that's right. I feel like I spend more time trying to clean them than I do enjoying them.
I told you we could get one of those ones that you can wash in a wash machine. You said, "Well, I'll be washing it every day."
I would be. It would be no point. So, true enough, we live in our house, and that's the proper term. We live in our house.
That's true.
And we're not super careful about what comes in, what goes out.
Yeah.
That's just the way we live. So, if we're happy with it, Gidget's happy with it too. Now, the dogs, Arlo and Gidget and Dixie, they love the concrete.
They do love the concrete.
We, I would say Gidget probably likes it better than anybody because, when was it? This past Saturday.
Yeah.
The game was on. Y'all know what happens when the game comes on. The game comes on, the girls go away. So Mary Carl and I made a run to pick up some lumber over in Prattville. And I had to run in my favorite store, TJ Maxx. And I happened to find a dog bed that I thought had Gidget written all over it.
He did.
And when I saw it, I said, "Oh, Gidget's going to love that." I know we have several dogs, but, she's partial to me and I'm partial to her. So I bought this floofy bed.
It is a floofy bed. That's the perfect description, is floofy.
And Gidget likes floofy.
Mm-hmm.
So while I had both Arlo and Gidget and Dixie in mine, it was a bowl shape. It was big enough for all three of them. Gidget gets too hot in it. She'll lay in there about 5 minutes and start panting and get back on the concrete. Dixie and Arlo, on the other hand, they like the bed.
They like the bed.
They like the bed. And I guess it's because their hair is not like a fur coat.
Mm-hmm.
They have the hair that needs to be cut. And while it's not shaved down to their skin, it's not like a fur coat like this one.
Right.
So,
Hers is thick.
yeah, it is. So, why did I go get the lumber?
Because you're building a bird cage.
I'm building a bird cage.
That's why you're building a bird cage. I ain't got nothing to do with the bird cage.
Jason has nothing to do with the bird cage. And I didn't plan on talking about the bird cage, but since we got on the subject of me going to Prattville to get the wood, I must tell y'all that, okay, so Mary Carl has, how many birds does she have? She has Peanut, she has Mondu, she has Zerk, she has Bonbon, and she has a new cockatiel that she hand fed from a baby named Zen.
Yeah.
And Zen was born October the 2nd. So he's about, 6 weeks old. And he is just about weaned. She still gives him a couple of syringes of formula a day, but y'all don't understand how much time consumption has went into her raising this little baby bird up to now.
From the time it was hatched.
Yes. Excuse me. So Mondu and Peanut are both males, but they're bonded.
Mm-hmm.
And what that means is you can't take one away from another. Even though there's a same sex, you can't take one away from another one.
Mm-hmm.
They're not ever going to reproduce, obviously, because they're the same sex, but they're bonded. So they consider themselves, a pair.
Mm-hmm.
Zerk, he kind of stays to himself, and Bonbon, she kind of stays to herself. Well, they all have separate cages. Peanut and Mondu live in one. Zerk lives in one. Bonbon lives in one. And they're only in their cages when they sleep. So the rest of the time they're out, and she does not believe in clipping their wings. She thinks that they need to be able to fly in case anything were to happen. They can get away from whatever. I mean, that's just how she is.
That's how she is.
She likes things natural.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't clip their wings. And those boys, meaning they're 4 boys and 1 girl. Those 2 boys, Peanut and Mondu, are the biggest mess makers you have ever seen in your life. They get into everything. She cannot leave anything sitting anywhere. And it's always been like this. I don't know what made her think that anything was going to be different. Now, I think she just forgot about it. Because when we were living in the camper, we had the little area secluded with, I don't know, it wasn't wire. It was like netting kind of, but it wasn't netting.
Yeah.
So they couldn't fly around the whole room in the camper. They were secluded to one area, but outside of their cages. So she's realized how much trouble these 2 boys are. But she loves them, so we would never rehome them. They're her pets, da-da-da. She wanted to build indoor aviary. Y'all know Jason and my building skills are just not, they're kind of like right here instead of right here.
That's right.
So when she approached me about it, I said, you'll have to talk to your daddy, because obviously, I'm not the builder of the bunch, but I'm the helper builder. And she says, Daddy's not going to build it, Mom. I want me and you to build it. Okay. So I told her to find what she wanted and we would try to build it. So she found what she wanted. It was like that same day, within that same hour, she found what she wanted. She shows it to me and she finds me a tutorial that's like step by step of how to build it. Now, I'm not talking about, we're not going to go in and we're not going to screw boards to the wall. We're not going to make anything that's going to damage what's already there. It's a brand new house, right? That was my fear, was I don't want to screw anything into the wall. I don't want to, damage any. No. What she has picked out is not going to be screwed into the wall. It's basically like a big, huge freestanding cage.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically what we built for the Rhode Island Reds outside, but freestanding and with 2x2s. And it won't be painted. It's going to be 2x2s, which are 2x2 squares, 8 foot tall, 3 foot deep, and 4 foot. Each section is going to be 4 foot. So 3x4 by 8 foot tall. Peanut Mondu on this side with Bonbon sometimes. Zerk on this side and Zen on this side.
Gotcha.
Division in the middle. So she is going to, in turn, let Zerk and Zen and Bonbon out when she wants to and let them do as they always have. But Peanut and Mondu will kind of be like living in an indoor aviary, is what she wants to call it. So I've got all that done. We have screwed, and I say we, Jason and I mark him off of this project. I should have been videoing this, but I wasn't real comfortable.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how it was going to, I mean, I still don't know how it's going to turn out.
You still don't know how it's
going to turn out. But I'm feeling much better about this project. Mary Carl screwed every single panel together.
She did.
Screwed every piece together. I cut the wood, she screwed it together, and we've got all of our panels made. So we are in turn waiting on the specific wire that I've ordered for this to come in. That'll be here on Monday, supposedly. She's got an orthodontist appointment on Monday, so we probably won't get started back until Tuesday. But we are going to bolt all these panels together and bolt the panel to the panel rather than the panel to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a freestanding aviary. And I think it's going to work out. Jason thought it was funny to begin with. He was like, ha ha, y'all are going to build an aviary. Mary Carl said, we're going to show him. So I will show y'all when it's completed, but I'm not going to video this whole process because it may turn into be a mess.
It might.
It might not. It might not.
We'll see.
So, yeah, she doesn't want to keep any of her birds caged up all the time. And this won't be a cage. This will be a place where they can fly around.
That's right.
And live like they do now, just in a smaller area. Okay. I'm done.
You're done? Well, one reason that we wanted to do this live was to let you guys know it is official. You guys have been wanting us to do this for a long time. And so I want you guys to know that the Cog Hill Farm calendars are out and they are up on the website where you can order them. And so you guys can see we have
got a little glare on it.
Yeah, well, but here they are. They're really nice.
They're really nice, thick.
They're real
calendars.
Thick. And there's some cute things in here, like on the dates. There's some special dates in here. There's some personal dates, like my birthday, Brooke's birthday, Mary Carl's birthdays, the animals' birthdays. Also, we put stuff in here like when I start my seeds for the spring, about when I start my seedlings for the fall garden. So there's just little tidbits of stuff like that in here. So they are out. They're up on the website. And if you're interested in them, go check them out because you guys have been wanting this for a long time. So we wanted to let you know that they are officially out, the Cog Hill Farm calendar.
Okay, I'm seeing people want to ask, are they just shipped in the United States?
I don't know that, to be honest with you. Let me look here while we're on here. We will look here real quick. That is a good question because we're using a company that's going to drop ship them for us. If you go to the shop section, you'll see it says 2023 calendars. I saw Jacqueline and them were on there. I don't know if she may answer them or not. Let's see here. Does it say anything there? Add to cart. That is a good question. I don't know.
I was going to see if she answered. I know Jacqueline knows because she was in charge of this whole project.
Continue to check out. Let's see if it says anything here.
And it's coghillfarm.com. That's how you're going to go in and order. It's a button. It's really easy. It says shop. The first one is farm gear. It's not under that. It's under the second section that says calendars.
I can't tell, y'all.
I hope we find out because they said they want one from Australia. They want one from the UK. They want one for Canada.
Here we go. Country. All right, so it says countries. It has Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, and Brazil, and the United States are the first 5 that show up, but then it shows a whole bunch of other countries listed. So it looks like they do ship internationally.
Okay. So there you go.
There you go.
And I guess it'll figure the shipping accordingly.
Yes.
Um,
That is right.
is there a picture of Nugget? Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
There's pictures of. Let's
Each month they have our animals. Like this is January, which is the peaches month, and then Nugget is February, and Cantaloupe is March, and there's Moo Man,
April.
and then there's a beautiful silky chicken. Is that June? I get those girls confused. They're the girls, the goats, and there's Mr. Scott. There's Miss Mildred. There are the boys. There is Tucker in pink. And Mr. Thomas.
I bet that was
the
November,
family.
wasn't it?
Thomas is Thanksgiving.
That's.
So the website is cockhillfarm.com. And I'll put links below. So you should see it in the video description, the link to our website. And then I think Jacqueline says she's pretty sure it's worldwide. I see she's putting it up there now.
Okay.
Head Family Farm.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
Thank y'all. But yeah, they are out. So.
And they are customized and made just for Cog Hill Farm.
That is right. There may be a limited time on these guys, so just keep that in mind. But for now,
a limited supply.
Limited supply. So, but you guys go check it out, cockhillfarm.com, and it's on the homepage itself. You can scroll down and see it. If not, hit the shop button, and you guys will see it there. So, but we wanted to be sure because you guys have been wanting this, and I can't tell you how many thousands of messages we've gotten over the years saying, "Oh, I wish I would do a calendar." So, well, we officially did it.
I must say, if it had been left up to Jason and myself, we wouldn't have any calendars. So, thank you to Jacqueline for all the hard work that she went through to get these pictures together and get it all organized.
Oh my
because
gracious.
We just literally just do not have time.
Yeah.
We don't have time. So we're thankful for somebody that can manage our time better than we can.
Absolutely.
And get things like this together.
Yep.
And I think they turned out wonderful.
They did. They look great.
Matter of fact, I took one over to my mom and she looked at it and she said, "Oh, I got to order my friend C one of these," because she just thought it was wonderful.
Oh, man.
And everybody needs a calendar.
Yeah.
You know, we all got to know what day it is.
That's right. Yeah. I got to have a calendar. I found one. I've been wanting one because we ain't got but 2 months left, but I still wanted that calendar, and I found the old one from the camper, and I got it put up.
Yep, you need that calendar. Yep, so we're happy to have that out, and they can't find where to check out and pay. Go back,
goodness.
maybe back out and start it again.
The little cart button was in the top corner. It's a little picture of a grocery cart, and that's where I clicked on to check out.
I will say that I went to cockhillfarm.com and I found it easily. So I feel like it's pretty easy to navigate. You just may have to, clear your thoughts for a second and make sure you're looking at everything. As I have a hard time navigating, and that's pretty easy.
Yep. And these are like our shirts too. This is the company that does these for us.
They're not being shipped out of our house. If they were, you'd never get it.
That's right. So yeah. So this is the company that's handling this. So and they're the ones that are shipping them out and handling all the orders. So there you go. The Cog Hill calendar is out.
I don't know how Daniel and DJ get all of their orders out.
I have no idea.
And correct.
I pray for them when they get when they do their quarterly or I forget what he calls it, but he calls it something. But, ooh, man, y'all.
All of our families put together couldn't get it.
But we say it's DJ's the one we need to pray for because she's the one I think does all the work on that.
Oh! So Daniel just sits there and tells her what to do.
Yeah. No, I think Daniel just gets out of the way.
Oh.
I think that's all DJ. She handles all that, I believe.
DJ, you are a way better woman than I am, girl.
She's awesome.
Because I can't do that.
She is awesome.
I
'Cause,
just would mess something up, and it's just better where we are right now that
Mhm.
we let somebody else handle our
Yep.
stuff in the future too, not just now.
Yeah.
Somebody said it went $8.95 shipping to Canada.
Well,
That's not
good.
bad.
Good deal.
No, that's not bad. I'm sure it's not that way everywhere, but
Yeah.
and I think that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Somebody said Arms had 14 orders the other day because they had their big merch
Jason,
release.
that says 1,400.
That's what I said. 1,400 orders.
I thought you said 14 orders.
1,400.
Oh, yeah.
It's not.
There is no way I could do that. I mean, but
Yes.
on my end, at least I know I can't do it, because if all that stuff came in,
Yeah.
and I started trying to go through it,
Mhm.
y'all would never see another video again, because that would take up every amount of brain space I had.
Well, I will say this. Speaking of your videos, man, people are loving the cooking segments. They really are. And I love reading stuff like the one I read right before we went live. Somebody said, I had no idea that cornbread dressing was that easy.
Well, I will tell you that, when you haven't made it, well, we kind of skipped out last year because we were living in the camper.
That's right. We were living in a camper.
But when you hadn't made it for a couple of years and you're anticipating it being a big deal, it's not a big deal. It's really not.
It's so easy.
It's so easy. Now, if you were making 44 dishes in the same day, then of course you would have a lot on your plate.
Yeah.
That's kind of like shipping out 1,400 orders in at one time, like Daniel and DJ. But if you cook it a little bit at a time and you make your dressing ahead and you get things prepared, then it's not so much at one time. And y'all, that dressing is so easy. It is so easy to make.
So easy.
Now I'm kind of in a dilemma, because I kind of feel like a lot of people like the cooking, but I kind of feel like a lot of people don't. I'm going to mix it up.
But we've been mixing it up.
Yeah, but I'm saying I got something in mind that I want to do before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And maybe I'll let y'all kind of comment and decide what I'll do. You want to know?
What?
I hadn't told you.
This is new. We're all learning about this.
Yeah. So I make a sweet potato pie that is really, really good.
It is good.
It's really good. It's really different than what your normal sweet potato pie would taste like. Or a buttermilk pie.
They're both good.
Now maybe I could do both of them.
We could do both. And you know what I could do?
Make the pie crust.
I can make the homemade pie crust, which I'm really good at making.
It's on, because I can't make that homemade pie crust.
I think we're going to do that. We're going to have a joint cooking episode.
Well, this is going to be a special edition, and I'm not going to say what day it's going to come out, because that won't happen. But yeah, it'll be a special edition. It'll be in the kitchen with Brooke and Jason.
Yeah.
And we're going to make buttermilk pie and sweet potato pie in the same day.
Buttermilk pie and sweet potato pie.
Maybe we'll make a bunch of pies and freeze dry them.
With the homemade pie crust. How? We'd have to cut it up.
Oh, that's okay.
Wouldn't we?
I don't know. We'll
find out. Because we couldn't put the whole pie in the freeze dryer.
Yeah, we probably could.
It may fit in there.
It would fit for sure. I just don't know if it would need to be in slices. And they say that cheesecake freezes very well.
You told me that.
And I'm thinking that, buttermilk pie would freeze well. Sweet potato pie would freeze well. I don't know. That might be something we experiment with. Maybe we'll make 4 pies. We'll freeze dry 2 of them and we'll eat 2 of them. But, it sounds crazy. Buttermilk pie. And the first time I ever heard of it, I thought, I ain't gonna. And it's something that a kid would be like, ooh, I don't like buttermilk, so I'm not gonna like that pie. You don't have to tell them. Just tell them it's pie.
Just tell them it's pie.
Because it doesn't really taste like buttermilk.
When Mr. Cogheel's homemade pie, it's really not my homemade pie. It's actually my buddy Chef Scott Peacock's homemade pie crust. It's the one. And, I used to have that thing memorized in my head. But I'm going to have to go back and look over my notes on that one, because I ain't made it in over a year.
That crust is so delicious.
It's so good. And that's another thing, like cornbread dressing. I think, because I was before I made it.
Intimidated?
Yeah. And a homemade pie crust, y'all, is the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
It really
is. But it's something that I don't feel comfortable doing.
Yeah.
But after you see how easy it is when Jason makes it, it's going to make everybody want to make this pie crust homemade.
You once you make a homemade pie crust, I'm telling you, you won't go back. You
It's
won't go.
so flaky.
It tasted a million times better.
You just literally want to sit there and eat the crust. It's so good. I mean, the filling's good, but you could just deal with the crust and be happy.
Yeah.
And it's simple.
It's simple.
Okay, that makes me want to do it tonight, but you got to edit a video.
I got to edit a video tonight for tomorrow.
Well, I guess I can make a pie filling and no pie crust.
And I'm excited. Today's video, I like them when they're like this.
What? Go all day?
It was just all day. I love videos, y'all, when we wake up and y'all are hanging out with us all day long. I just love those videos. And today was one of those days. We woke up. We had something we had to do because we had a situation on here on the farm that needed to be handled.
That's right.
And it was an all-day event. It was boom, and it was nearly dark when we got finished.
And you know what?
What?
I sure was glad that we had a leftovers cornbread,
Dressing.
Southern cornbread dressing in the refrigerator because we had worked all day and we didn't feel like cooking. Neither one of us did. But we had that leftover dressing. I had some carrots that I cooked and a little pasta side dish, and bam, there was dinner.
I saw a lady, Miss Carolyn, ask what were my ingredients on my pie crust. If y'all go to our channel, I've made the pie crust before, but it's been a long time ago. I made egg custard pie.
Is it on the website?
No, it's on our. I don't think I got a pie on the website.
You did.
Maybe we do. Look and see.
You keep talking. I'll look for this.
If not, go to our YouTube channel and search the egg custard pie, and it'll come up. And I do the homemade pie crust in that video too. I know. So check that out. I think I've done it a couple of times because I love making that pie crust. I love it.
He does. And what did you make it? It was.
Keep going. It may be near the bottom.
I don't think it's in here now that I think about it. No,
it's not on there. Yep.
It's not on here, but it's fixing to be.
It's fixing to be. Yep. So everything is on is on that video. And if you look in the video description of that egg custard pie, it should have the recipe to the homemade pie crust I used to. But yeah, whoo, you got me excited.
Well, I was just wondering, does Alabama play football Saturday?
Yeah, we play football.
I thought Saturday. They were off because it's the week before Auburn.
No. It's gonna be
Austin Peavy.
Yeah, it's gonna be
at 11:00. Guess what we're doing Saturday afternoon? We're making pies.
We're gonna be making pies.
So we're gonna have that video out for y'all Sunday.
Look at her talking.
We're gonna have that video out for y'all Sunday.
Look at her talk. Well, yeah, we'll try to do that. You've already said it, so we got to do it.
We got to do it. We got to make it work. And I'm
Yep.
responsible for getting the ingredients.
Okay. I will get you a list up for my homemade pie crust. We may have it,
I think
but
we
it's been a
probably
while.
do. I just remember it being very simple.
Yeah.
Ice cubes.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't that in it?
Ice cube. Yeah. Well, ice cubes are in it for me. Yeah. That's ice cubes. And,
I just, that's one ingredient I remember.
Yeah.
So we're going to be making pies on Saturday.
Oh, Wes just put the link to the pie up there. Big Family Small Farm. I think that was on Facebook.
Wes found the link to the video?
Yeah, maybe Head Family Farm can throw it up there for us.
Oh, goodness, you're asking a lot
now. They're probably talking bad about me under their breath.
Well, I don't have to go to Prattville Saturday.
Oh, okay.
I don't. Good. Because Alabama doesn't have a big football game.
That's right. So we can do our pies.
So
on
we
Saturday.
can cook pies.
That's gonna be it then.
Cook pies on Saturday.
Yes.
And I wonder how we could get around telling Mary Carl it's a buttermilk pie, and let her taste it and see if she likes it.
I don't know. She's gotten really cautious of us.
She won't eat it if we tell her what it is. And I have never. I just don't remember being like that. If it's got a bad name, then she's not going to eat it. Right?
That's right.
Ugh, I'm not eating
Look,
that.
Wes put it on YouTube for us too. There you go, Wes.
Jacqueline, you're not fired. You're not. You're not fired.
Jacqueline's working on the website.
That's right. That's right. We have such wonderful friends.
Oh, me.
You know what else I like?
Head Family Farm said buttermilk pie is one of their favorite pies.
Well, we'll make them one.
Absolutely.
We'll freeze dry them one. They can have it for Thanksgiving. right?
Yeah.
We better help Wes and Angie out too.
It'll be free. You got me curious about freeze drying the whole pie.
I think we can do it. I think we'll
How
make.
are we going to reconstitute it?
Well, I don't know. Our saliva, I reckon.
It's gonna. That's what we got to figure out.
Okay, this is what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Y'all know what else I like, and I don't drink alcohol.
Uh-huh.
Jason will have a beer every now and then, but
Mhm.
neither one of us are big alcohol drinkers at all. But I like any kind of dessert that has alcohol in it.
Especially rum.
Rum, I think that's what it is.
Go
What?
ahead. Go ahead. I just thought of something. Go
No,
ahead.
you're gonna forget. Go ahead.
So I've made several videos, and it was a
Oh.
shorter reel that you could really
Yeah.
see it. But above our stove or your double oven there, there's like I don't know how many bottles of Crown Royal whiskey that's up there,
Mhm.
and I had several comments about it.
Loving
about
your
it.
liquor collection.
Well,
it looks like we're real full time. Like we need a,
I like mudslides too, Amy. But so there's a funny story about the whiskey collection I got up there. So most of y'all know that I was a service and parts director at a car dealership. Well, I kind of think about it like a politician and a lobbyist. And so I had the lobby, had the lobbyists,
keep everybody satisfied.
try to, get these politicians to vote their way. Well, these parts stores would try to get me or butter me up to get me to buy parts from their store. And I actually collected, I don't know how many I had. I counted, I think there's 7 or 8 bottles in there now. So over the years, I collected, I bet at one time I probably had about 14.
It was probably more than that, Jason, because when we moved Mama into the tiny house, that's where we stored the liquor collection.
Yeah.
Was in the upstairs of the tiny house. I had 2 boxes that were real Crown Royal boxes that I got from the liquor store neatly stored all the bottles in the boxes.
It would, yep.
So Jason got a bottle every year for Christmas. Well, us not being drinkers, we never opened it. It just sits and ages like fine whiskey.
And I have, if I had friends or whatever, we would re-gift them and all that kind of good stuff. But
our builders all got some. Everybody that helped out on this house, here, have a bottle of Crown Royal.
Oh,
have a bottle of Crown Royal.
So yeah, that's the story about all the bottles of Crown Royal.
And then there's a bottle of tequila up there.
Well, we actually thought that was tequila, but it was something else.
No, Jason, there is a bottle of tequila.
There's regular, there is a bottle of tequila, but
I got it on my cruise.
That's not tequila. I'll go get it and I'll tell you what it is, but it's not tequila.
Okay, so I thought I had a bottle of tequila because I bought 2 bottles when I went on my senior cruise. And that was in the old date of 1994. So we went to Mexico on my senior cruise. I was so sick on the cruise that I didn't get off the boat. We stopped at 3 or 4 different stops. And I was so sick that I could not make it to the little dinghy or whatever you call the thing that takes you to the land. So I just stayed in the boat and continued to throw up and thought the whole time, how could I have my parents land a helicopter on this boat to get me off? Because, I was sick. So I got off the boat in Cozumel, which was our last stop. And I had to bring something home. So I got my dad a bottle of what I thought was tequila.
It tastes like tequila, but it's not tequila. It's something else. And
just go ahead and show it and let people tell us what it is. So I brought a bottle of this, which I thought was gold tequila. And I bought a bottle of white tequila.
I looked it up.
And I brought it back. Well, we were not of age to buy any alcohol, but in Mexico, you didn't have to be a certain age. So on one of we were young partying expeditions, we took one of the bottles and we broke it open. And one time Jason drank 13 shots.
Oh, this was a long time ago.
This was in 1994, probably. 13 shots of this, whatever it is, and ate that little thing floating around in the bottom. And it's a wonder he's still alive.
I'm trying to. It's called Miss
Does anybody know what it is?
Miss Cow Phoenix Oxacata. Anyways, I looked it up not too long ago.
They say that's tequila.
And it was called something else. It wasn't called tequila. It was called something else. But anyways, it tastes a lot like tequila.
Well, I do not like tequila.
Yeah.
They say it's Mexican tequila with the worm. That is real Mexican tequila.
It's mezcal. That's what it is. Mezcal. That's what it was.
Yep. That's a worm. It's mezcal.
Mezcal versus tequila.
Everybody's saying it's tequila.
Tequila can only be made by a certain agave plant, and that's why this isn't tequila. This can be made by any agave plant. So that's pretty much the difference. Kind of like champagne.
It's Mexican tequila.
Champagne, you can only call it champagne because it comes from Champagne, France, and anything else can't be called champagne. I think I got that right.
If it has a worm, right? It's definitely tequila.
Well, it says right here, mezcal, on the other hand, can be used by any other agave plant. Mezcal is made by all 40 different, or it could be, but tequila is made for one certain type of agave. That's the difference. So, and tequila is lower in calories.
Yeah. Don't worry. I don't drink it or eat that worm.
Mezcal.
It's made in a certain region of Mexico, the Head Family Farm.
Okay, look at there. Anyways.
Somebody says good stuff.
I like it.
Well, it's going to stay sealed up in this bottle.
Yeah.
Forever.
So this was bought in 1993. It don't have a date on it, though. I wonder what the actual date on this.
Okay, so I got another part to tell you. I can't
ahead.
Talk much longer because Jason's going to be telling me he's got to edit his video. So I was on my senior cruise. Have I ever told about this?
Aren't you getting sick?
No. I told that one you went to go get that bottle.
Uh-huh.
So I'm on my senior cruise, and we each had 3 roommates. So there was 4 of us in a room. There were 2 bunks, one on top of another, and then on the other side of the wall, there was one on top of the other. Well, our room is where I spent 95% of the time because I was sick the entire time. Well, I had frequented some other friends' rooms the other 5% of the time, and they were all comfortable, meaning heated or cooled. It was cool because it was May. And our room was hot. And I thought something is not right with this air conditioner. So I got somebody to come and look at it. They looked at it and they said, everything's fine. I thought to myself, everything is not fine. It is hot in this room. So I stood up on the top bunk, and there was a vent up there. And I go to feel to see if the air's coming out of the vent. You remember now?
Yeah, I remember now.
And I'm like, there is no air coming out of this vent. So like any 18-year-old girl, I had a Swiss Army knife that had a screwdriver built into it. And I go get my screwdriver out, and I start taking the screws out. Yeah. And I take the vent out. Nobody's in the room because they're all out going having fun, doing other things on the cruise ship. And I found a liquor bottle. I reach up in there and I get it out, and I'm like, and so I set it down and I reach to see if the air's coming out. Air's not coming out still. I reach up in there because I'm reaching as far as I can. I can't see. I'm I reach up in there. Here comes another liquor bottle. And they just keep coming, and they just keep coming. And I got about 8 liquor bottles out of that air vent. No wonder we didn't have any air in our room.
So somebody was stashing their liquor.
Somebody, and I bet you money it was a worker.
It could have been.
I bet you money it was a worker on that cruise ship.
I bet it was too.
That was hiding their liquor up in our vent. But those girls, when they got back, they could not believe that I found out what the problem was. and it was liquor bottles jamming the vent.
Oh,
Y'all, I could not believe it. But I was happy to have cold air after that. No wonder the handy people didn't want to fix it.
no wonder.
They didn't want to tell me that the vent was blocked.
They had all their liquor in that vent.
They had all their liquor in that. I thought, oh no, this is not going to be good. Not going to be good.
We should crack this open and take a shot.
No, we're not. No, we're not. I'm here to tell y'all. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all.
13, says Zoe.
Zoe, y'all come on over and y'all.
Oh man.
We thought Jason was not with us anymore at the end of that day.
Oh man. But you know what? I don't remember getting sick and I can still drink tequila.
Ugh.
I don't mind it. I like the flavor of tequila. I do.
But you ate the worm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
I think so. That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. He ate the worm. We had a good time. We had a really good time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like tequila.
Somebody said you don't like margaritas, Brooke.
No. I have got some hand sanitizer and it smells like tequila, and I just want to vomit every time I smell it. I just want to vomit.
Oh, man.
And I don't like vodka either.
I don't like vodka either.
The only thing that I like is desserts that have alcohol in them.
Rum in it.
Well, I say
bushwhackers.
Desserts. I was going to say bushwhackers.
Mm-hmm.
Bushwhackers. I love bushwhackers. If you don't know what a bushwhacker is, it is, I don't know.
I don't know. It's sure it's got rum in it.
It's, and I don't think I've ever had rum. It's got Kahlua. Well, I guess Kahlua is rum, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I love desserts though. Oh, I know what I was going to say when you interrupted me
Go
about
ahead.
the liquor.
The liquor,
So what made me think that I like desserts that have alcohol in it is when we went to Birmingham, the last trip, we went by Jeannie's Ice Cream, and they have a flavor right now that's a seasonal flavor, and it's called Boozy Eggnog.
Mm-hmm.
And I love eggnog.
Yeah.
I just love it. Now that's something we put alcohol in.
Eggnog.
What do we put in that?
Rum.
So I have had rum.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all, that ice cream is wonderful.
Mm-hmm. It is good.
It is good. It's a
I
good
like Jeannie's.
Different flavor. That's something Mary calls it about. It. I tried to get her to taste it. I'm not. She
don't like eggnog anyways.
She gets the same flavor every single time we go.
I like eggnog. Do you guys like eggnog? I love eggnog.
I think we ought to try to make some homemade eggnog.
I mean, y'all, but you know what? It'll put it on you. But man, I could drink a whole, when you buy one of those little things, a jug, what's that? Quart?
Well, you can buy a quart.
That's normally what size you get. I could drink that whole quart.
Oh, I could too. And it's got a whole lot of fat in it too.
It does. Somebody said McDonald's has got a good eggnog shake.
Oh, a shake.
Yeah.
I want a coffee.
Eggnog coffee. I love it. You know, you see a lot of people don't. I say a lot of people.
Eggnog shake, milkshake.
Mm-hmm. You going tonight?
It's too cold.
I do. I love eggnog. But do they offer eggnog year round?
No, because I just started seeing it.
Do you? I love it. I love it with the I'll sprinkle some nutmeg on top of it.
Yeah, baby.
It is good.
I am thinking about going to get some eggnog though.
Somebody said they put eggnog in their coffee. You know what?
I bet that's good.
I bet you money that's good.
Wonder if they make an eggnog creamer. You know how they make all those other kind of.
You don't need that. Just get
eggnog.
We don't need that fake creamer. I love it.
You reckon Mary Carl will be up for a trip to the store to go get some? Well, I have to tell her we're getting something other than eggnog.
Yeah, I got to tell you.
I have to make it entertaining for her.
I love it.
It's good. It is so good. And we always have liked it.
Always have liked it.
I would say when we
Do you know, I don't think I ever had eggnog, and your dad, he would make them.
Yeah, he would.
And he'd put a little bit of rum in them, and they were so good.
And put that nutmeg on top.
Sure would.
It's so
delicious.
I guess it may be an acquired taste, though.
You
It
can
may.
freeze it. Glenda
What?
said you can freeze that eggnog. I think we can freeze dry it.
We have eggnog year round.
I bet so
I bet
too.
you couldn't freeze that with rum in it, though.
Cindy says she puts eggnog in her oatmeal. This may be the best podcast we've
Let's
ever
keep
had.
going. I need some glasses. We can make the buttermilk pie instead of buttermilk. We could use eggnog. It could be an eggnog pie.
Oh man,
That would be wonderful.
Mm.
Do you remember that time that man you worked with his wife made a rum cake?
I was going to talk about that.
And
so
she poured the whole bottle of rum in it?
She didn't.
He did.
No, she didn't. So I used to work for this parts store. I was going to college, junior college, and this was my part-time job. And I was just a gopher. I put up stock, I checked stock in, whatever they needed me to do. But there was an older gentleman there that I thought was just the coolest guy there was. And he loved telling me stories. I just love hearing stories, from older people. And he would just we bonded. We really did like each other a lot. And so one day we had a Christmas party at the parts store. And his name was Charles Reedy. And old Charles, everybody was supposed to bring something, and he brought a rum cake. And so he told me, he said, when you get through doing what you're doing, I want you to come get a piece of a rum cake I brought. And I was like, okay, I've had rum cake before. So I'm thinking, and I was probably early 20s, and I'm like, I'll get you rum cake. And so 30 minutes later, an hour later, he goes, come on now, I want you to come get you a piece of my rum cake. So after about the fourth or fifth time, him asking me this, so I finally said, all right, Charles, I'm ready to go. And so he brought two cakes. He brought one rum cake that was for everybody. Then he brought this special rum cake that was for me and him.
Oh.
And he had it hidden behind some part boxes. And he pulled them part boxes open, and y'all, as soon as he pulled that rum cake out, it knocked me down.
I bet.
Woo! And he started grinning. And he cut me a slice, and when he cut it, you could just see the juices just running out of it. And I thought, oh my gracious alive, what in the world has Mr. Reedy done here? And he put it on there, and y'all, as soon as I tasted it, it was just pure rum. And so he's grinning from ear to ear, and he told me, he said, so my wife made the rum cake, and she made two of them. And when she went out of the room, I took the bottle of rum, and I poured the whole bottle of rum on this cake.
Oh my gracious.
Y'all, I'm telling y'all, that cake, oh my gracious. Whoo-wee.
It was good though, wasn't it?
It was good. It was
Even
good.
if you had to drink it, right?
Oh, Mr. Reedy, boy, that was a funny man. He was something else. I loved him to death.
If I'm not mistaken, I think some people put alcohol in a fruitcake.
I bet they do.
I think I'm right. I think I remember my meemaw making a fruitcake and putting.
I bet it had rum in it.
It would have been rum, wouldn't it?
Yep, I bet your money had rum in it.
Well,
Brooke, there's a no-bake eggnog pie.
Oh my gracious!
Look at there.
I really am gonna have to take a trip. And y'all, it's
fruitcake is doused with rum several times.
With rum, okay.
Sure is.
Huh.
When I was a kid, y'all know that fruitcake we always did. You get the old time, the one in the store's got the red and white writing on it, and it's got the green fruit that I have no idea what that green fruit is. Is it a green cherry? Is that what that is?
I don't know. I've never seen a green cherry.
I hated those things when I was a kid.
My mama loves them.
I could eat that whole loaf right now.
And she tells me about this time of the year, if you see a Claxton's fruitcake, will you pick me up one or two or three?
Oh,
I don't care for them.
I remember being a kid. Oh my gracious. But now I could eat it.
But I remember my Aunt Dean, who was a wonderful cook. She had the biggest spread at Thanksgiving and Christmas at her house. And I can remember going over there and eating a fruitcake that obviously had some sort of alcohol in it.
And it was homemade, though.
Yeah, it was homemade. But it was so good. It was so good.
I've had homemade fruitcake before, and it's a big difference. But I still don't know what that green fruit is in that fruitcake.
I don't either. Does anybody know what that green stuff is?
I think it is a cherry that's dyed green.
Why?
I don't know.
No, I don't think the Claxton's has the green in
You
it.
don't?
I don't think so.
Somebody has that.
I
green in it.
remember.
You remember
what
that
you're
green?
talking- Yeah, it looks like the Grinch green.
It's green.
It's green as grass.
It is.
All right, so what are they saying?
Yes, it is green.
Cherries.
It is cherries.
Green cherries.
It is. It's cherries, and I bet you money
Oh, green olive. I love olives, but I don't want olives in fruitcake.
A gumdrop cake. You know, I remember my nanny making
I
gumdrop
don't.
cakes.
I don't
Ooh,
ever
do.
remember that.
And she had one of those fruit tree. It was a Christmas tree, and it was ceramic,
Yes.
and it had gumdrops on it.
Now I remember that ceramic thing like you're talking about, but I don't remember a gumdrop.
I do. It was so good.
Interesting. Interesting.
So good.
Great. That why would you want to make a green cherry?
I guess because red and green.
Okay.
That makes sense. Now
Boy,
what am I thinking?
We're the smartest people in the room, aren't we?
That was stupid. We
That
should have
was
knew that.
stupid. That green. Wow. It doesn't make sense. So it's not.
Oh,
It's,
me.
I hope the owner of that company's not on here.
I hope they're not on there either.
'Cause I would
We
hate
don't
to.
get no free fruit cakes.
I would hate to insult anybody, but that was not
Oh, me.
not wise to have green cherries.
Green. That's what it is. Red and green for Christmas. That's exactly what it is.
But I don't think the Claxton one has it. I really don't. And I only know it's called Claxton because my mama, when she tells me to pick it up, she says, pick me up a Claxton fruitcake.
Claxton, Georgia.
Oh, really?
I saw somebody posted that they were from Claxton, Georgia. So I'm assuming I'm putting two to two together that that's why it's called that.
Claxton. See, when it moves, I can't.
You gotta be quick.
I can't.
Gotta be a speed reader.
I can't focus that quick. Well,
Frozen eggnog popsicles. Man, I tell you the truth.
I wonder what time. Here I am telling y'all that I don't drink any alcohol, and I'm wondering what time the liquor store closes. Oh my goodness!
Oh goodness
I
gracious!
can't have eggnog without the rum.
Yeah, well, I think do we got a little bit of rum?
I don't think so, because I told you I didn't even know what rum tasted like.
We won some rum. That's how long ago it's been.
We won some rum in 2009.
That's so long. We still got. I think we got a little. We may. If we did, it was recently.
Finished it off
right before we moved. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we won that in a dance contest. That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, I think we talked about that before, I think. But yeah, that's a whole nother podcast there.
One a bottle.
Has to be dark rum. So I think Captain Morgan spice rum is the most. I see that a lot. So.
Well, I don't know what kind to get.
That's what we'll get.
Dark rum.
Captain Morgan is dark. It's not. Light's almost clear. Yeah.
So get spiced rum.
Yeah. Spiced rum. See, that's what we want. Spiced rum.
Well, I sure hope it's not something I like.
Wonder what Crown Royal would taste like.
No.
How
about tequila? Tequila. You wouldn't want to mess up a good.
Have you tried eggnog with brandy? I have not.
Well, we don't have any brandy. All we have is tequila and
what
Crown
do
Royal.
I use brandy for? I used to make a pie that had brandy in it. Can't remember what it was now. It was my egg custard pie. It didn't got brandy in it, does it?
I don't know.
I used to cook a lot of pies. I love pies.
Well, he likes making that crust.
I love making that pie crust. You know what's great? This is the best part, y'all, about a homemade pie crust is that you don't use all of it. So you got these leftover bits because it's not all gonna fit in your round bowl there. And I don't do no fancy dancy edging.
A pie plate.
Pie plate. I just like it. And it looks so good. But the leftover, I cook it too. And y'all,
and that's
those little
Mary
crunchies.
Carl's dessert.
Man, it's so good. Those little crunchies. That's what I call them. Yeah, we'll pull them out and me and Mary Carl eat those right off the bat. They'll be
Speaking
gone.
of little crunchies.
Yeah.
What are those little well, we call them crackers that you get at the El Guave? Is that what that restaurant's called?
Three Amigos. I don't know what those are.
Three Amigos. What are they called? We looked it up one time. It's they have a soup.
Man.
It's called a black bean soup.
Mm-hmm.
And while that just doesn't sound appealing, it is really good. But what makes it even better is they give you these. They're not tortillas.
Mm-hmm.
They're little triangles. You looked it up one time.
I can't remember what it was, but they
'Cause
were
they are
good. I call them
so
Mexican
good.
crackers because they're really good. Yeah.
And they're fried right there just to go with that soup, and it's such a good combination.
Somebody said that back in the day, wedding cakes used to have a lot of alcohol in them. Ain't that something?
Really?
Well, we learned so much stuff.
Huh.
I tell y'all the truth. Ooh, I like that idea. Somebody said they took cinnamon sugar and rolled their leftover pie.
Oh, that sounds
It
good.
does. That's so good. Mine's got a lot of butter in it, so that's what makes it so good.
So when I go get this eggnog, I probably need to pick up some butter, huh?
Yeah, unsalted butter.
I just don't want to go tonight. It's too cold.
It is cold.
It is too cold. I have to crank my car up and
Yeah.
well, anyway, enough about Jason's gonna go drink tequila the rest of the night.
I won't get no video done.
He's gonna be.
It's not pita chips. It's not tortilla chips. It's a type of dough. I don't know what it is,
and I cannot remember what you
but
called it.
it was really good. It was really good.
But I will tell you this: the last time that we ordered it to go, and so they put it in a little, styrofoam to go box.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I ate it as I drove because it's just so good. You can't wait till you get home.
Look that up. Sapapilla. Sapalapa. I can't say that.
Is it SALA?
Oh, it's gone. I don't know. This is so fast. It's so
But
fast.
anyway, my point was when I got home, I had a few of those crackers left, and I looked in the bottom, and y'all, they had freshly been fried, but it was fresh on my mind how much grease went into making them too, because the leftover grease was in the bottom of it.
Oh, those little crackers?
Yes.
Yeah, they're good.
And you wouldn't think they were fried, but they were.
Yeah, they were fried.
They were fried.
Really?
Jason, there was oil in the bottom of the.
Interesting.
And that's what made it so interesting to me is because.
There you go. I can't say that. I'm sorry.
Spell it.
It's gone.
I think you can back
there
it
it
up.
is. SAPAP. It's just hard. SAP.
He's been SOPILLA.
No, that's not it. It's SOPAPILLA. See if
That's a
it.
cheesecake.
That's it. That looks like it to me.
Fried pastry? Yeah, that kind of looks like
I don't know if that's it or not.
That looks like it.
That
That's
looks a
got
lot
cinnamon
like
and
it.
sugar on it.
But it's just plain. And it's like a cracker. But it's different than anything I ever had.
But it's so good.
It's so good with that black bean soup.
They're
Is that
trying to make
considered a
them-
Latin?
Latin? Mexican. New Mexico style sopala.
There you
Is
go.
that how you say it?
I bet that's it.
Huh. Well,
Now maybe that's it. They said everybody's saying that's Greek.
Greek.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have any powdered sugar or
You don't have
anything.
anything on it. It's just plain. It's really good.
I do believe it's a Mexican dish. It's a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Whew. Well, you gonna call it a night?
Yeah.
Do we get the video out? The video, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. We had fun today. Really did. And I want to say this. We got a special video coming out next week. Moody's getting the big
We
surprise.
said this last Sunday.
Birthday present.
Yeah, we said last Sunday that we were going to have a big video out this week for Moody, but we didn't get it done.
I don't think we said that.
Yes, we did.
I don't think we did. Because you were sick.
We said it. I promise you, because we were talking about what day we were going to do it, and it was going to rain on Tuesday, and we thought we'd do it on Friday.
Okay. Well, anyways.
But that was part
video.
of it. It was a big rain here this week. Tuesday, it rained all day long. So Moody's birthday surprise will be next week. But that doesn't mean tomorrow's video won't be good.
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow's video is going to be great.
And Sundays is going to be good, too.
Is Moody getting tequila?
No.
Me and Moody going to have a good day. Y'all video's going to come out on Monday.
On Monday?
And me and Moody. We're going to tie one on.
I'm gonna get me some eggnog if you're gonna do all that.
Me, Moody, and the boys.
Yep.
I'm gonna come back smelling like a buck when I'm done.
You can stay out there.
Oh, me.
We got dogs on both sides, don't we? Oh, Arlo's gone. Show the calendar one more time.
One more time.
So we have these wonderful Coghill calendars that each month has a different animal of ours and even a picture of our family. So y'all go to coghillfarm.com if you'd like one, and you can place your order there, and they'll handle all the shipping.
Everything. Yep.
Everything will be handled. And they're not limited to the United States.
That's right.
I feel guilty for not having found that out ahead of time, but we know now.
We know
anybody
now.
can get one.
That's right. Well, guys, thank y'all for hanging out with us today.
Go get you some eggnog.
Go get you some eggnog and some tequila.
No tequila. Go get you some eggnog.
Oh, me. Y'all be good.